Thank you. We are back in open session. I would like to report that there were no actions or votes taken during executive session, and therefore no minutes of the meeting were taken. Do we have any old business to come before the board? Hearing none, we'll consider the meeting adjourned. Next IDA board meeting will be July the 23rd at 10:30. And we'll be here at the BWB Building and streaming live on YouTube and Zoom. I would now like to call to order the Board of Directors meeting for the Chautauqua Region Economic Development Corporation. We're at the BWB Building, 201 West 3rd Street, Jamestown, New York. We're streaming live via YouTube and Zoom. It's June the 25th, 2024, and it's currently 11:07. We'll go ahead and do roll call. Gary Henry's here, Brad Walters.
Here.
Dan Hetzenrader.
Here.
Sagan Sheffield Smith.
Here.
Stephen Thorpe.
Here.
Dan DeMart.
Here.
Kevin Muldowney.
Here.
Amy Harding.
Here.
Thank you. You should have already received the May 21st minutes and had a chance to review those. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
Second.
Thank you. Both. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes have been approved. We'll move right into new business A. And who's going to be presenting this?
Nate. Mr. Chairman, this should be pretty straightforward and hopefully it's just a refresher from last month. It's really the same project we're talking about, the Moreland Trail Revitalization Phase 4. Last month, the board approved accepting $75,000 in various philanthropic grants we're able to receive. Within the last month, we're fortunate to add 30,000 to that total, so we have $105,000 total that we've secured so far. Zero CREDC or CPAG match as well. It's strictly grant funding. So the resolution before you accepts 2 additional awards, $25,000 from the Lena Foundation, $5,000 from the Jesse Smith Dara Fund. And then in consulting, Millen, this also meets the criteria in our procurement policy to do a sole source procurement with Trail Construction Associates, a local trail construction company. And so with the approval of this, we'll be able to get under contract and get that project started within the next few weeks.
Great, thank you. Sagan, would you move new business A for us?
Sure. Resolution 06252403 of the members of the Chautauqua Region Economic Development Corporation accepting grant funding for the Overland Trails Revitalization Project Phase 4 and authorizing entry into agreement with Trail Construction Associates.
Thank you. And do we have a second?
Second.
Yeah. We'll do a roll call vote. Gary Henry votes aye. Brad Walters.
Aye.
Dan Hetzenrader.
Aye.
Sagan Sheffield Smith.
Aye.
Stephen Thorpe.
Aye.
Dan DeMart.
Aye.
Kevin Muldowney.
Aye.
Amy Harding.
Aye.
So the resolution is unanimously approved. Thank you, Nate, as always, for getting us some more of this grant funding. And I don't think sometimes we even realize how important things like these trails are. Besides those of us that live here and enjoy using these trails, I have a customer that's visiting right now, and actually I'm meeting with him this afternoon, and he's like, well, is there any place I could go hiking this morning? And I was gonna say, yeah, there's several places you could go, and give them a couple of the trails, but I mean, this is somebody from outside the area actively looking for a place that they can get out and go for a walk and enjoy these things, and to be able to improve them and upgrade them is important for our community.
I just real quickly want to acknowledge Jacob Bodway and Rebecca Worster. Jacob especially has been chasing a lot of these funds and is really the catalyst for a lot of this. And then the board members haven't seen it. We've put out some press in the last week or two. chqtrails.com website is now live. We have an online interactive trail map and a one-stop shopping for all things trails and outdoor recreation. So
Great. Well, thank you. We have an executive director's report.
Just one thing I was going to talk about that. Also, we had a meeting at the an unveiling of this trail map at the Fredonia College Lodge. Was that last week?
2 weeks ago already.
2 weeks ago. There had to be 75 to 100 people there. I was blown away at how many people attended. It's a bit, it's amazing how many people really use and are interested in are trail systems. And we have something very unique here. And we're just building on that. And we've been doing that for many years now. And this is like really kicking it into high gear, what we're doing right now. So I'm really thrilled about it. The other thing is I just wanted to mention, and I don't know exactly when the Ralph Wilson grant application is due, but we did get the draft into them and they're still reviewing it. I think it's the next couple of weeks it's due.
Friday, actually.
Friday. So if you recall, we received just over $1 million for 3 years from them, just over 3 years ago. They came back to us, are thrilled with what we're doing and said, we would be comfortable with you raising that. We'd like to give you more money. So we're asking for just over 1.5 million for the next 3 years due on Friday. And are quite confident we'll get it. So that'll continue the great work. Nate's doing a great job managing all this, and Crystal and Kayla and others. So that's all I wanted to mention.
Thank you. Kayla, do you have a treasurer's report for us?
So if you see the CREDC balance sheet, each fund has a pretty healthy balance. The ARPA is starting to dwindle down a little bit now. But we still have a good, healthy deferred revenue in CPEG, Ralph Wilson, and ARPA. Still to use. Onto the profit and loss. Nothing really to report here. All the CREDC funds are in good standing at the moment. I have nothing super positive, nothing negative. It's just all going as planned. So, and then on to the budget comparison. There are a few things, the grant income, the current year versus the year-to-date budget. That's just a timing thing. We haven't officially received all of the grant funding that we were projecting to have received at this point in time of the year. It's not a big deal. As Nate just said, we keep getting more and more grant funding. So this isn't an issue. And then down at the expense, if you notice the payroll at 82 versus what the year-to-date 196, that's only the 82 is only for the first quarter salary allocations. The second quarter will apply for in June for the first 2 quarters. So we'll be a lot closer as far as budget comparison goes. And then the grant contractual expense, there's just a little timing issue there too. We just expended more for the 5-month budgeted than we expected. So we just spent more in the front half of the year. So besides that, everything's doing great.
Thank you. Any question on the treasurer's report? Any old business? Hearing none, we'll consider the meeting adjourned, and we thank you for being here today.
What's that? Yeah.